What up, everybody? Welcome to the live stream. I got Jim Freedom with me.
What's going on? What's going on? Good to see everybody. Hope you're good tonight. Hope you're ready to have an opinion tonight.
Yeah, we want everybody's opinion, and what we want your opinion on is Jim recently covered a channel, and then I was starting a compilation video on a smaller channel that was recently brought to my attention, and then I stumbled across a video that kind of made me question whether or not I should make a compilation or just live stream what I watched and get my audience's opinion. So that's exactly what we're doing here.
Yeah, buddy.
What up, Walking Dead Man, Veronica, Jenny, Steph? Generally specific, what up, what up?
What's
PayPal
going on?
me. Yeah, PayPal me. That's right. Strider.
Oh, yeah. Rob, girl with the camera.
Yeah,
everybody's flooding
in. The channel we're gonna watch is Siberian Tiger. I'm sure some of you have heard of him. He posted some footage that apparently him or one of his family members recorded themselves of him getting into an altercation with a tow truck driver and then having SWAT come to his house and ultimately arrest him and his wife. So I was going to do a compilation on this channel, and then I stumbled across this video and it made me question. And I wanted to watch the video that I'm talking about and get everybody's opinion.
Yeah, it'll be fun because I haven't actually watched this video yet, so it'll be interesting. You'll get a fresh take from me on it. Since I'm the one that covered it originally on my channel recently, I can say that there was a number of people that commented on my video on my channel covering him that mentioned the raid. And I was wondering, I was needing to take the time to go watch the raid, but I haven't had the time yet. So, that's what we're here to do now and see, because they, more than a couple people told me to go watch the raid. They didn't say one way or another, opinion about it. They just said it was something crazy that happened to watch. So,
TJ says, Chris, why don't you film the cops anymore? So that's going to bring me to my next point before we start this video. Here in an undisclosed amount of time, probably within the next 2 weeks, we are going to be traveling. And if you feel so inclined to donate to our travel expenditures, there will be links provided in the chat and probably in the description of this video if I get around to remembering to do that.
Yep.
But yeah, if you want to donate
in the chat right now.
Yeah, I mean, we've already calculated it's going to cost us hundreds of dollars just in gas to get across the country. I mean, ultimately, I'm paying for it, but questions like that. Why don't you film the police anymore? I mean, I'm not necessarily going to be filming the police. I'm going to be doing documentary style videos on other cop watchers. So, other cop watchers, First Amendment auditors, that kind of stuff.
Right. Which will naturally come with basically you're getting content of the situation. You're just getting it from a little bit further of a perspective back, Yeah,
the idea is I'm going to be recording from, a side angle that you normally wouldn't see. Usually you only see, from the person's camera's perspective or body cam perspective, or if they're with a group of people, then cameras are bouncing all over the place. There's never a steady stream of what's happening. You don't really know much about the person that's recording these channels. You know what I mean? I could put a compilation together and all that, but I'm actually going to start traveling around and meeting these individuals and doing mini documentaries on their channels and their experiences, and going out and capturing some of those experiences while we're there. So that's the gist of what we're doing. If you feel so inclined to donate to that, the links
that would go. Donating to that would go a long way towards inspiring us to do it more and do it further and, make it a thing.
For sure. Yeah, let's watch this video. And this is really, I'm just trying to get you guys' opinions on the situation. Who was in the wrong? Who was in the right? Now, I mean, I mean, I'm not even going to try to instill any of my opinions. I'm seriously curious as to what everybody has to say.
Yeah, apparently looking at it before you even click play, just looking at the first frame, apparently the situation is that's him, Siberian Tiger, holding the camera that you're looking through, and there's a tow truck driver at his house trying to, I assume, repossess his vehicle, and his wife is inside the vehicle. That's where we're starting, right? That's
Yeah,
the
I think so.
yeah.
I think that's the gist of it. But they're gonna. It all plays out. We'll see. What is that? Oh, that's the next.
Did not end out good for them.
It kind of starts at a
My
weird
job
spot.
is to sit here and film this because who knows, they might lie in court.
I think his son has the phone or the camera right now, too.
I was just gonna say his voice sounded different, so yeah, I guess maybe it's this kid that has it. It didn't sound like him.
Make sure I get their plate real quick. What's how do you pronounce the plate?
Everybody's saying Siberian Tiger is fire.
If you take off, your asses are done. My wife is in the driver's seat. You take off, your asses are done.
Oh yeah, we know. We're just making sure for our own purpose.
My wife is in the car.
24353. 24353.
You're on my private property. You take off, and I will defend my wife. Your asses are done.
24353.
All right,
Right
now
there.
right there we have a problem. Now this is why I was leery of making a compilation of this channel. Now I do take into consideration that there might be a cultural difference in understanding on what is acceptable to say to people, but at the end of the day, you know, what I am gathering from what was just said, he insinuated that if you drive away with my wife in the vehicle, I'm going to defend her. You know what I mean? And what does that mean? Who knows what that means? But it gets more interesting. I know there's a lot of comments saying, oh, he's on fire, we support him. But, you know, you really got to think about what these dudes, what you're saying when you're out in public, because you do not have the freedom of speech to just say whatever the hell you want. You can't threaten people. Remember
Right.
that. Obstruction, you guys, everybody says obstruction, that's a physical act. No, there is an element to obstruction that is using words to incite fear or cause panic. You can't threaten people. That's part. They can charge you with obstruction for that shit. So, I mean, that's what I'm getting at here. I want you guys to hear this, and then I want your opinion on it. Like that necessarily, I don't think that comment will hold up in court by itself.
Right, because that could have been considered a slip. What he was sticking to, if he would have stuck to just saying your asses are done, that could have been construed as I'm going to get you fired or something. You know what I mean? So that's
Right.
That wasn't a threat up until he said, if you drive away, I will defend my wife. Like that, it kind of didn't make sense really. You know what I mean? Because like,
that's what I'm saying. You have to take in the cultural difference perspective here.
You would basically have to mean that you would be attacking them to get your wife back. That's what you have to be insinuating with that. But you're calling it defending her, which I guess technically, if your wife was being kidnapped, that would be. But it's a really weird situation because of the legality of the repo and everything. You know.
Now, I don't know what the laws are in this state, but in a lot of states, they're very specific, and they say that if there's any kind of resistance to the repossession, that the repossession agent has the onus to not try to push the issue to take the car. They're supposed to just leave it. So, I mean, I don't know if that's the case here, but if that is the case, and you know, this if her jumping in the car and this creating a conflict, this could be considered resistance under the law if it is written like that. And the tow truck driver has the responsibility to drive away instead of creating a problem. I don't know if that's the case, but you have to look at it from all angles. You know, I'm not trying to be biased here. I'm just, I watched this video and had a lot of questions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's always good to ask questions of us and of the authority, you know.
Everybody, yeah.
Your asses will be done. Trust me.
So they didn't drive away, obviously. And they're going to block them with the other car.
I believe that's what's happening. I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah, I was gonna say they did a horrible job.
I think you
Excuse me.
put it inside.
Yeah.
On the driver. The thing with all of our gloves and stuff.
Yes, this really is all about a repo.
I got 2 batteries on me. I'm not
It
letting
gets
this
crazy
happen.
though. The cops show up and everything. It gets crazy. So
Not just the cops, the SWAT team shows up.
yeah. They all. It gets
Right there.
wild.
That's the play. Go inside right now. Colby, stay inside. This is not your business.
I
Please.
do believe he did go to jail for this. I don't know if he's still there.
It's dead? Gosh darn it. Bob, Bob, come here. Hold the camera. Let me record. Or let me record. Let me go grab my keys. Move, Subi.
So the tow truck drivers are obviously calling the cops right now, saying,
I think it's a mixture of both of them are calling the police.
"Oh yeah, that could be. That's why the cops show up hot, because both of them think they're in the right." That's well, I guess that's always the case. But
Well, you're gonna try jump starting?
Yeah, I've had cars repossessed before, and I just let them take it. Fuck it.
not worth it, man. You know, just I mean,
Nah.
it's obviously not going to work out. I mean, you can only. It's not like squatters' rights in a house. You know, you ain't going to get away with nothing holding the repo guys up.
There's that family wedding though, but that's their problem.
Yeah, I believe he's Ukrainian. He just has a Russian accent.
Jenny says, "How old is this video? This video was posted a few days ago."
Yeah.
You have
What up, Gio? Oh, I just got a super chat. Nice. That's awesome. $1. Thank you for that. Corey, there's all kinds of people in here.
I'm not good.
Dino says, "Boring video." Then stop fucking watching it.
I mean, this particular part is obviously kind of boring, but it's the lead up. You got to watch these things so you can know the whole situation. You got to,
Let's
expand your.
Let's listen here.
My wife needs to leave, and right now this is a kidnapping situation. You got a final warning. I'm gonna go inside, get my weapon.
This is private property.
I'm gonna go get my weapon, and I'm gonna defend my property. This is your final warning.
Might be a little bit of a problem right there.
That is, he's starting to. I mean, that's yeah. You can't be threatening people with weapons, man.
I mean, yeah, you know, that's what I'm saying about cultural difference, because in another country that might be something acceptable to say. You know, I'm fairly certain that he is an immigrant, and that means that, you know, he had to go through the immigration process, but he grew up understanding things from a different perspective. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah,
So
it's a different situation from him being on his property and having a gun and somebody aggressing to him saying, I'm going to go get my gun. Like, if you have time to stand there and talk about going and getting your gun, then you're not in an immediate threatening situation that you need to threaten someone with a gun. You know what I mean? It's obviously like, he's like, I get that he's trying to say if they drive away, they're kidnapping the wife, but they're not driving away. They're waiting on the cops to remove the girl from the thing. So they haven't, I haven't heard the tow truck drivers threaten to drive away with her wife. I'm sure they're sitting there saying, get her out, or we're calling the cops, but I haven't heard them say we're driving away with her in there. So they're not threatening to drive away with her. So he can't, you know, react as if they are actually kidnapping her and pretend, you know, and say that's good enough to threaten them with a gun, you know, or a weapon. A weapon, I guess I should say, to be accurate. But, you know, I mean, and the guy's got his property. It matters of the legality of the tow also, I guess. I mean,
somebody's saying he's trespassing. I mean, you can't just say that the tow truck driver's trespassing. I mean, you have to understand implied entry. Your driveway is an implied entry. Unless you have a gate in front of that motherfucker, anybody can walk up to your front door, can walk up to your driveway, can put a flyer on your garage door. You can't just say it's trespassing. I mean, the tow truck driver does have a right to come and take fucking property that there's a tow order on. And it says it in the law that they can take it from your driveway. They can't go into your garage, obviously, because that's not, there's a barrier to your garage. You can't just say he's trespassing. There are rules to this shit, and very layered rules. It's not just you're either trespassing or you're not. Somebody said it's just a warning. You can't just say so. It's not just a warning. I'm gonna go get my gun and do some shit. You can't just fucking say that. You're inciting violence. I mean,
right.
But at the same time, you also, if the tow truck driver has a responsibility to leave the truck if he's faced with resistance, which I would call this fucking resistance, then he needs to leave. That's why this stream is called Who's Right and Who's Wrong, because we don't fucking know. You understand?
Right.
I'm talking to the chat. I'm talking to the chat right now.
Yeah, I get it.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I mean, I know the tow truck driver is not trespassing.
Douglas
there's no trespassing signs. I mean, you know what I mean? They can tell him to leave, but he has the laws on his side that says he can go in there and take the fucking car. You can't just say trespassing.
Right. No matter what I think about the law, I'm pretty sure that every court in the place is going to side with the tow people on this one. Obviously. I can't wait till we get to the part of video where we can start talking shit about cops, because this is just, I hate.
I mean, yeah, the cops do some weird shit in here too. I mean, they shoot pepper balls into the car with the wife in there. They shoot pepper balls into the house with a bunch of kids in there. Like I mean, yeah, it's not all about what this dude did wrong. That's why I'm saying, like, everybody needs to watch this whole video and form an opinion for yourself. I'm just putting mine out there. I'm trying not to influence your opinion, but you know, let's just finish watching it.
Right.
You better lower it, because I'm gonna go inside and get a weapon, and you guys are gonna be done. Go get it.
I'm pretty sure. I was thinking of telling him. Just that. Kim? Okay.
Cops are almost here.
Okay, fine. This is kidnapping, by the way.
See, they're just admitted that they're not trying. Oh, they didn't admit, but they said the cops are almost here. Like, they're not trying to drive away.
No, but it's another thing that a lot of people that are dealing with court systems need to take into consideration is they use the reasonable person standard more so than they do follow the law. So if if they can ask the question in court, would a reasonable person have feared for their safety at this point? And a majority of people are going to say yes. Then that's how you get convicted on some shit like this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the law is written. It's what there's a reasonable person standard for court, and that's what they're going to fucking base it all off of, whether they convict you or not.
Right.
That and a lot of other shit, but
Reluctant Prophet in the house. What up?
what up? What up?
Mom told me to get Tim, and I'm doing that.
No, don't get Tim.
Don't get him. This is not good.
Showing us
Stay inside,
his
don't
house.
do not come out until we
Got a nice house.
Yeah. He didn't take time to blur that out or anything. He's like, fuck it, let him
Bro,
see
they
it.
got like fucking 50 cars. I don't know what they're tripping about one for.
2,
So I don't hit anything.
3.
Oh, is he got a bat? Okay.
Don't make this bad for
I
yourself.
think so.
Yeah, it looks like he has a bat in his hand.
They said cops
Or
are
some
got
kind
a
of
one.
steel bar.
Pa,
I'm gonna be ready.
listen to me.
Oh my
You need to
god.
calm down. The cops are coming. Let the cops come and tell them
Good.
how dumb they are being.
The son
Uh,
seems to be more reasonable in this situation, and just a little bit of advice for everybody in the future: don't post shit like this on the internet, because you know the trolls have already captured all this and
Screen
sent
recorded it.
the prosecutors, the sheriffs, everybody that's against these people. The trolls have already sent this video to them, so don't fucking post this shit online. I mean, this is gonna come up in a court case against this dude, I guarantee you. Assuming that the charges don't get dropped. Hopefully they do, but we'll see.
What you did might have been threatening, but this is private
No, this
property.
is my property.
Oh
I'm
my
defending
God.
family. I didn't threaten anybody. I warned them.
Even his son is starting to wonder, like, you might have
Yeah,
just threatened somebody,
They
but
don't pay
we're gonna
attention,
try to
right?
work
It's all
around
they-
it.
They have no right to take this, right?
I don't think the cops sent this truck there. I think the repo
They're
is
third
just
parties. They have
his
nothing to
own
do with
personal financial situation.
I'm giving you a warning. If you step out, you're gonna be a threat. So I suggest you stay in that vehicle, okay? Or you better leave my property. I've told you multiple times, you're on private property, you're trespassing, and you're stealing my property. And you're also kidnapping my wife, because you're not letting us to leave. So, this is your warning. You step out, and I will defend myself.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, you're right.
It's so
Tactically,
crazy to think that there's still people who are this entitled.
Oh my god.
Wow, that's
Ironic.
Ну, он может
Beautiful.
поехать свободно.
Окей, а что он сделал?
Кто он?
Дай.
This is third party. They have no right to take this
Нет, я
vehicle.
что, поднята?
Да.
Окей, а как он меня поднял? Без этого?
Он тебя только поднял, просто за 2 колеса захватил и поднял, и
Я
все.
поняла, но как можно выехать, когда он меня поднял? Он же стоит за мной.
Так он не может, потому что твоя машина...
He's gonna have to do a U-turn. He can't do
Стой
that.
на брейке. Все. И никуда не двигайся. Они не могут тебя утащить, потому что они не знают, как тебя утащить.
Я это поняла. Я имею в виду сейчас Тима как может проехать?
Запросто поехал назад и поехал.
He can't because
Я
there's
просто
another car
подогнал,
right
чтобы
there.
они не потянули ее.
Bob, there's a Subaru right there.
I don't know if it's just me or if anybody else feels like, you know, immediately when somebody's speaking a language that you can't understand, that you automatically just assume that they're saying something negative about you. Even though I know I'm watching a video that has nothing to do with me, that's my first thought is, I wonder if he's talking shit to anybody right now. You know what I mean?
Well, it definitely sometimes makes you feel like they're saying something they don't want anybody else English speaking to understand in the nearby area. You know what I mean? Like, they know the video's rolling, so if they speak it in a different language, then a lot less people are going to understand what they're saying, you know. Even though obviously fucking all you got to do is screen record it and run it through your translator on your phone. I mean, it's not hard, but how many people are going to actually do that, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just But that's how you know there's a cultural difference right there too, is because they're communicating faster and more fluently. They're having a better understanding speaking their own language, because you know what I mean, it's way different, dude. And that's why I think that, you know, in Ukraine or Russia or wherever the fuck this dude's from, like, this might be okay. You know what I'm saying? This might not even be a crime. It might not be a crime until you actually hit the dude or you break something. You know, I don't know.
Yeah. You
But
might
if
be
you
allowed to
grew
say
up
whatever you
most
want.
of your life, if you grew up most of your life, think, you know, in a different cultural state of mind, then, you know, you're not gonna, it's gonna be a little bit difficult to acclimate, I think.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful what you say, folks. You can't just be popping off at the mouth whenever you want. Your mouth can get you in trouble. Remember that.
Right.
I mean, it's one thing to be swearing and cussing at cops. There's a lot of leeway for that when you're talking to government officials. As soon as you start talking to private citizens recklessly, I mean, you run the risk of getting wrecked or getting in trouble. So
There's a super right
Ну,
over
и
there.
они
Blocked.
заблокировали дорогу. So, сейчас Тима начнет выезжать, they have to...
So do I go wake up Tim?
Дайте ему хотя бы heads up, чтобы он пришел в себя, чтобы успел собрать рейс.
You go do that. I'm gonna keep recording. You want me to call Tim or are you calling Tim?
I have no idea what language that is.
Yeah, I'm not sure. They could just be used, you know, speaking it just because it's easier. It's their native tongue. So it's just, you know, they're talking about things that they might not want to be able to have to recall the translations for.
What?
You heard me.
Paul, you just gave me an idea. Pull out Ford and drive Subi sticker. This is crazy, man. Like, this is sad, but so funny that there's still these dum-dums.
They're saying the same exact thing in the truck.
Wow. The other guy said he was calling the cops when he was literally calling his boss. I hear him like, these guys are just you told me to pick up this order, but like I can't because they're on the car. There's a person inside. Blah 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 blah. He said he was calling the cops. He's sitting here lying to himself. Could you hold the camera for a second? I need to go grab a coat, like you recommended me for.
И воду принеси. Сынок, иди спать.
I'm gonna full screen this and mute myself while I go smoke a cigarette, so you can make commentary.
Okay. All right.
Представь. Нет, я маме сказал завести машину, чтобы ей было тепло. Если хочешь помочь, съезди за Ритой сейчас быстренько и все. На своей машине.
Someone is in the car, but
Выезжай, и там они
they haven't driven away or anything.
Дорогу там заблокировали
I
они.
spoke Russian, so I could translate.
Еще одна машина, и они приехали на двух машинах. Один был Спарр, похоже. Сейчас глянем.
Jack it up and remove the front wheels. That could have worked, Tom. If they did it quick enough. They had the time, apparently. They could have had that done in 10 minutes if they were quick-witted enough and prepared.
И этот, держи пока.
Steph, I think the car looks fully raised to me pretty much. I mean, looks like that's how high they travel with it usually. Yeah, Will, he does have it hooked, but I think if he leaves, there might be some
24,
aspects of
357,
kidnapping
DW,
involved.
Oregon plate.
So that's why they're not trying to leave. Yeah, someone's in the car.
California plate 9BA705. Nine BA 8Y705.
Debbie,
No, that's my defense.
I haven't seen
You're
any
on my private
paperwork.
property, Sheriff. So I didn't call you.
Oh boy, here
You're
we
on
go.
my private property. I did not call you. This is for my safety and defense. Okay. Иди.
Oh wow, they pulled all their guns.
Good.
That's funny.
Good for them.
Good for them.
Now, that's a serious problem. You're pulling your weapons on me when I have no threat to you. That's a serious problem. You guys are better get the hell off my property. You are not welcome. Get the hell off my property, and you better put your weapons away. I have children here. I have children here. I have young children here. Your asses better put your weapons away. You have crossed the line. Nobody approach my house. I'm telling you right now, nobody approach my house. You have been warned.
Ooh.
It's too much for me to night.
Your asses crossed the line.
I need to
You
film.
better get your sheriff out here. You crossed the line. You have drawn your weapons on my young children. You have drawn your weapons on young children. I did not call you. Whoever called you, you better get the hell off my property. I'm warning you. That's it. That's it. Get the hell off my property.
It looks like that's the neighbor's house, so I'm not sure. It could be his property, I guess. I'm confused on that.
I'm not a threat to you. I was never a threat to you. I never called you, and you drew your weapons on me. You don't tell me what to do. I'm on my own property. I have not committed a crime. Get my ass.
Ба, назад иди.
I'm not going anywhere because this is my house. Try it.
You know, how about I tell them that they're being filmed, huh?
Go behind the house.
Bless that kid.
I have not committed a crime. You don't have any reason to believe that I did. And don't point your lasers in my eyes.
There are none.
That's my wife that is being held against her will, idiot.
This is crazy.
Иди, сынок, иди спрячься в дом. Тут вот стой.
I'm not leaving, but I'm protecting my family like you are.
It could just be the language barrier
I'm not a threat. You don't tell me what to do.
when he's saying,
This is not a SWAT situation, idiots.
oh, now
I
they
have
might
young
be on his
children,
property.
and my wife is being held hostage.
If you walk towards that car, you will get 40 and peppered.
This is my wife on my property, and she's being.
You too.
Nobody's going inside. We have every right to be here and record. I'm on my own private property. That's right, fellas. I know you have something against me. I know for a fact. Why is there so many of you? What is this, a SWAT situation?
Correct.
Correct? Who's the victim? Who's the victim? Name a victim. I am a victim. My wife is the victim, sitting in her car getting told by these morons. While vehicle is running on private property, and you're telling me to go inside the house. Dumbasses, take care of this situation.
County Road.
This is private
This
property.
is private.
Road.
Go read the sign. This is private road, private property, private driveway.
Sign right in front of your car that says private drive. Read.
Come on, you go.
Now you've created this entire disturbance in this private, beautiful neighborhood because you got all these SWAT teams throwing heavy artillery on me.
If you make any movement towards that tow truck, you will get 40 to
This
pepper.
is my private property.
You
I can move.
understand what I am saying. to
I
all
don't
three
give
of
a
you.
damn what you're saying. You have no authority
Okay.
over me. I have not
This warrant
committed a
is
crime.
supposed to be on you.
I have not committed a crime. You have zero authority over me. Kiss my ass.
Okay.
My wife is a victim. I'm a
You're being
victim. My whole
recorded as
family is
well.
not victimized by you. I guarantee you this is going to make the news. It better make the news. So I suggest you better find some really smart person, take care of this issue real quick, because this is going to be definitely on the news. You drew weapons on my young child.
Cops right there, everywhere.
Multiple times. Multiple times you drew weapons.
I mean, he should have had his kids go inside by now. I would have anyway. I guess I
Wow.
should say.
Now they pulled riot shields. Look over there. They pulled riot shields.
It's a private road right there. Private road on the main street.
Dummies. That's it.
And all I'm trying to
Whatever.
do is protect my family. And instead of you guys protecting me, you come in here and threaten my family. Get this dumbass out of my property.
Hey, I wouldn't go down there. You're going to get peppered.
You don't
I'll
have
tell you
any
right now.
authority over me, understood? Zero.
You go towards that tow truck, you're gonna get
I
peppered.
suggest you
That's
get
my
the hell
fault.
off my property. That's what I'm telling you. I suggest you get the hell off my property. I've told multiple times to you, to him, that you're trespassing on my property. I did not call your assistance. You here unlawfully.
Hey,
Did he call you?
what's your first name?
Go deal with him. My name is not important.
Okay, Mr. Not Important. You're under arrest for felony harassment.
Of who?
The people in the tow truck.
They're trespassing on my property. And I'm only speaking
You're
freely.
under arrest for felony harassment.
I don't think so.
Okay?
I don't think so. They're the ones who are threatening me and harassing me and my family. They're blocking me, kidnapping my wife, and not allowing me to leave, and not allowing my wife to leave. And you're threatening me with an arrest?
Yes, sir.
Try it. Try it, buddy. Try it. Try it.
Don't go
They're
there,
gonna
Mom.
try it.
Right now.
Why can I call
Your
who?
wife is free to leave her car.
Lawyers? That's okay. Am I?
When the cops show up and they give you at least, you know, your wife an opportunity to get out of the situation, that's the opportunity. That's when she should have taken it. Like, this gets really fucking like strange, dude. Like,
Yeah, I was hoping you'd be able to come back to pause it because there was a few things I wanted to say after pausing it. Like the whole entire situation, in my opinion, regardless of what you think about his quote unquote intentions or whatever, obviously he doesn't want his car repoed. It could have been diffused so much easier than it was. The cops didn't need to come out SWAT style, like lining up the whole street. You know what I mean? A cruiser could have come out, two cops could have gone out and went up to like a normal situation, and two cops could have walked up to the tow truck driver and said, "What's going on?" Took the report and then explained to that guy, "Look, man, they have the legal right and you have to deal with this in court and this and that," or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, would they immediately though had 50 cars show up? as
well,
soon as
hold
they
on a
showed up?
minute. Hold on a minute. We don't know what the 911 calls consisted of. Cops
That's true.
respond based on the 911 calls. If they both called the police, I'm sure that the tow truck driver said, "This guy's got a bat. He's threatening me with a gun. There's multiple people. They're trying to block me." You know, there's probably a litany of shit that he said.
Yeah.
And then in reverse, the Siberian tiger dude probably called the police and said they're holding my wife hostage. She's in her car and they got it up. Like if they used words like that and people said gun and threatening and hostage and all this other shit, they're going to respond like this. They have to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a fair point. And I guess in that respect, when they responded like that, and he is the first and only person to go out there saying, hey, fuck you, then I guess their attention is naturally going to stay centered on you until, you know, I mean, if you know, I don't know, not saying it's right or anything, but yeah, you make a fair point. So that's fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't think that when they showed up and they saw that people were holding cell phones and there was nobody laying on the ground bleeding, there was no need to continue the SWAT style fucking raid. You're right about that. Once they all get there and we see that everybody's got cell phones and, you know, we're a little worked up, but nobody's hurt. Like, okay, now let's, you know, mitigate the situation, de-escalate, calm things down and figure out what's going on. But then again, maybe it might not be their policy. They're responding to a felony type situation, but then again, they don't even know what PC they have for what crimes until later on in the video. So if you guys go to his channel and you watch the body cam footage from the cops' perspective, like they clearly don't know what they're there for. They don't know what PC probable cause they have for what arrest. You know, they
Yeah.
it's yeah, there's a lot of things on both sides that are weird, and that's why we're live streaming about it and trying to get your opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
You have anything else you want to add? Yeah.
Well, this is all still pretty fresh too, so there's not really any court updates or anything. You know how long the court systems take, so there's no real updates to this. This is just all pretty fresh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he'll update everybody on his channel.
Yeah.
Someone on private property speaking freely and I'm harassing them. They're the ones who are breaking the law.
Private property, but you're under arrest.
For what?
I already told you.
What probable cause do you have that I have committed that crime? Harassment.
Yes, sir.
Define that harassment. My freedom of speech is harassment. My freedom of speech is harassment.
The Clark County Sheriff's Office, you are under arrest.
Yeah.
Walk us with nothing in your hand.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Do not enter the residence. Force may be used against you.
You have no lawful authority to make the arrest. You have no lawful authority to make the arrest. Зайдите. Зайдите домой. Зайдите домой. Зайдите домой. Open the window and record from there, потому что this is gonna get ugly.
Call the advocate like mom said.
You call him. Go быстренько звони там этот. Okay. Заходите домой.
More of inside the house. Did he have a YouTube channel? Was he live streaming his own shit on the TV?
I don't know, but Liberty Blair said he didn't say anything about a pew pew, and that's incorrect. He did say, I'm going to go inside and get my gun.
He did say that one time. Yep.
Yeah, it's on the video.
Yep.
Oh wow. Hey, Pa.
They're giving us
As
the
soon as
whole
I went to
tour.
the window, all guns pointed at my face. How about that?
You guys better watch it because I have kids.
Bro, what do you think's gonna happen?
Close the door, get in the room, and stay on your bed. Something is going possibly to happen. Stay.
That is very dangerous what he's doing right now.
Get a warrant. Get a warrant.
Entering your home will result in additional charges.
Get a warrant.
Douglas, he did say gun. You rewind and watch it again.
You have to leave. You're still on my property
Huh?
unlawfully. They're kidnapping
What,
my
Pa?
wife.
What one?
I'm a victim of a crime, and you guys better go. Oh, exactly. That's why.
I swear people like hear what they want to hear. It's recorded in his own video that he said, I'm going to go get my gun and defend my property. Like, I'm not imagining it. We just watched it. If you missed it because you were skipping ahead or something, then go back and rewatch it.
This is exactly retaliation. You knew where you were going. You knew where you were going.
You're kind of extending this process, man. We want
Fellas,
to work with you. We don't
fellas,
work
I
with you.
dare you to arrest me. I will bankrupt your insurance company and I will make it every public event. You knew exactly the house you were going to because you have an issue with me because I have been challenging. I have been challenging Clark County. Get a warrant. Get a warrant, fellas.
And that force is going to be used against you if you do not comply.
What do you want me to do?
Walk towards us and raise your hand.
Damn.
All right. So for YouTube purposes, I'm going to pause it right there and give you guys some context to what just happened. They used non-lethal pepper ball rounds and shot 6 of them at his front door. If you go and you watch the body cam, I heard the officer say he just shot 6 rounds and he was trying to shoot him in the head. So they were trying to shoot him in the head with these fucking pepper ball rounds. It's on the body cam footage that he put up on his channel.
And that's fucked up. That's not right. You don't fucking headshot people.
Jesus Christ. No man, no mask, no way. Of course not. Does DirectD not understand Americans have a right to protect their property with a weapon? Jesus Christ. I mean, if you have such a blanket belief on that, you're gonna end up in prison. There is such thing as castle doctrine. You are allowed to protect your property from somebody breaking in or trying to harm you or something, but you don't get to shoot a tow truck driver that has a right to tow your shit because you didn't pay your fucking note. All right. Come on, let's get with the program here and think logically. Don't just think blanketly across this whole situation. There are layers to all of this shit, and you have to consider all of them before you just go assuming stuff.
Go away. Go away. Go away. Away from this. This is tear gas.
Don't breathe this. I'll break you up.
That's what I'm doing.
No, if you open the window, they're in the back of the house too, aren't they?
I don't think so. I don't think they've entered that way yet. I'm going upstairs.
Upstairs, now.
Let me open the window. They're in the backyard. They unlawfully shot tear gas. If you smell something funny, instantly go for a fresh breath of air. Just do not go too close to the window. Go.
Mom's bathroom. Go into mom's bathroom now. You get your shower.
Do I bring Tovi?
No. It's your mom. Yeah, grab Toby. Grab Toby out of here.
Toby, come with me now. Mom's closet?
Yeah, small windows now.
You mean mom's bathroom?
Actually, no. Go into the bathroom. Go into the bathroom.
Keep in mind, folks, these cops wouldn't hesitate to start shooting into this house as well if they perceived some kind of threat from the guy outside with the cell phone in his hand. And there's a bunch of kids in there. I mean, you see it in a lot of their police videos too, when somebody tries to pull away from them and they'll just unload. Lake Worth, Florida. Lynn Harris, thank you. Yeah, these kids are coughing and choking on pepper ball. It's not tear gas. It's pepper spray, basically. Oil-based pepper spray that sucks. Let me tell you, this shit. Just the mist of it sucks. Trust me on that.
Don't turn on the lights. Don't turn on the lights. Stay here. Stay here.
Be careful.
Tommy, you good?
Bring us water if you can.
Damn, nice super chat.
Take.
Наберите 911. Наберите 911. Medical attention. Быстренько наберите 911. Medical attention to our house. Call an ambulance quickly.
It wouldn't be in the house if you fucking hadn't gone in there after they shot the door. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Bro, when they tell you you're under arrest for felony harassment and there's a bunch of cops outside of your house with guns, there is no point in going back in your house. You're going to jail or they're going to come in and take you to jail. You know what I'm saying?
Only thing going back in your house is going to do is get a bunch of your shit ruined, broken.
Oh, yeah. Now they're going to break your door. Now you're putting your family at risk. Like, hey,
unfortunately.
I don't necessarily agree with what the cops are doing. I mean, there's a few minutes left that you guys can head over to his channel and finish the video if you guys want to finish it. But I don't think
parts
what the
that'll
cops,
get us in trouble.
Yeah, what? Get us in
I said
trouble.
if they want to see the parts that, like any violent parts in the video, might get YouTube's, panties in a ruffle.
Yeah.
I don't know what else is on the video. If there's anything crazy that YouTube might flag.
I'm not really trying to listen to these kids cough, dude. That shit bothers the fuck out of me. I'd be freaking out. That's part of the reason I took my kids and my family and moved them out into the middle of nowhere, because we're not gonna be having those SWAT situations in a neighborhood like this. You know what I mean? You're not coming to my house fucking with me. You're not doing none of that crap. I have eliminated myself from that possible situation.
Right.
And that's what I would advise anybody else that is recording the police to do, is if you find yourself with the means to move yourself and your family outside of their proverbial grasp, then you should definitely fucking do that, because they will come out and try to touch you. And I don't mean that in a weird sense. I just mean they will reach out and try to touch you in every way that they can, whether that be, your credibility or your by arresting you, by showing up to your house, you know what I mean? Calling your work. I mean, I've heard all kinds of crazy shit.
Oh, yeah. For sure. So that's pretty crazy. I mean, as far as like, do we support Siberian Tiger after seeing this video or don't we? I mean, I think there's a little bit of a mixture of cultural differences and whatnot that come into play, circumstances, but like, he has a good grasp. I mean, even if it turns out or if he loses everything in his case or whatever, I wouldn't necessarily stop watching his videos if he goes back out to record the cops during other situations. Do you know what I mean? Like, but I don't know. I guess he needs to learn when he's threatening people, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have really an opinion either way. I was going to make a video, but that's why I scope people's channels out and I make sure that they've been around for a little while. There's some age to some of their videos. There's a couple times I'll share people's videos that are new channels, but generally I don't like to do that because, I could be sharing some fucking serial killer's video and not even know about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's true. You never know what somebody's like.
Or some weirdos video. Yeah, or some fucking weirdos video, dude.
Yep. Definitely got to make sure they're consistent. If we want to spread them out and make them an official, actual part of the, movement.
Douglas has been drinking, folks. Douglas has been drinking. He has his hearing aid turned down really low, and he doesn't have his glasses on because, people have typed in the chat and confirmed what has been said. I have vocalized what has been said, and what has been said in the fucking video that was posted on YouTube by the YouTuber whose video we were watching. So, go back and rewatch it, turn your hearing aid up, put your glasses on, sit in the rocking chair, kick back. Don't drink when you're doing this and figure it out, bud. No disrespect, but you know what I mean? Holy shit, we just watched it.
It's a pretty crazy situation. There's a lot of things he could have done better.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit that the cops could have done differently too.
Definitely a lot of shit the cops could have done better.
I didn't even show them breaking the wife. The wife's just sitting in the car. All the doors are locked. They break the back window out, reach in, shoot her with a paintball gun, a pepper ball gun, and then rip her out of the car and give her a charge for something. But
yeah, obstructing probably or some bullshit. Yeah. They definitely, I feel like 2 or 4 cops maximum without even touching any of their weapons could have diffused this entire situation. 4 rational human beings could have diffused this entire situation. And maybe not, I could be wrong. If Siberian Tiger, was unwilling to, because that was what it would have boiled down to at the end of the day. If they were all rational about it and calm, if the cops showed up and they had a calm conversation about it, then Siberian Tiger's car would have been ending up leaving on that tow truck. You know what I mean? And
maybe or a calm conversation could have got the laws brought up. In the comments on his videos, somebody posted the law for that state. And it says that if they're met with resistance, I'm paraphrasing here or generalizing from my memory, but that if they're met with resistance, they're supposed to leave the vehicle. So if you remain calm and then you're able to bring this up once the police get there, if the police come, or you know what I mean? Obviously, that's where it was headed anyway. And you show them, look, man, I'm resisting this motherfucking tow right now. It's a civil matter. He's got to go, and you can't do anything about it. That's what I would have done.
Right.
That's how you flex the law on your side without getting yourself arrested. Is be prepared. Know what you're fucking talking about.
Yeah, and definitely the court always takes into consideration everything. The court dissects every detail, and in reality, like in my opinion, a more intelligent way, if you were going to make the stand like my car's not leaving the stand place, all he had to do was park his car in front of his truck and then go back out into his house and wait for the cops to come to deal with that situation, to talk to them about the situation. He did the fact that he was continually going back in his house. He got the bar to bring it out and yell at him through the window, and then he went back around and he's walking all around and around and around and around. That's what they're going to use against him. He's the one that's
no. Don't advise people to park in front of him, because once you block that tow truck in, now you're imprisoning the tow truck driver there, and that's another crime in its out of itself, dude. I went to prison for fucking kidnapping, for driving somebody around in a vehicle that they wanted out of, that I wouldn't let them out of. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Kidnapping is very loose. False imprisonment, restraint, all kinds of shit could be used. I don't know what the laws are in that state, but don't block nobody in, because you're going to get in trouble for that. Same thing goes with the cops. If the cops block you in, it is a de facto arrest and detainment, even if they don't tell you you're arrested or you're detained, and there's case law for it. If they come and block your vehicle in, you are now detained or under arrest. That's de facto case law. So you don't do that to somebody else, because in reverse, it's a fucking crime. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Fair enough. That makes sense.
Yeah, don't do that. I'm just trying to give people all the serious shit that's nobody ever really talks about in their videos. Some people do, but mostly it's just glossed over. It's just an interaction and it's just entertainment. But there's so much more to this shit that people don't understand. There's so much more to this people that you don't understand. And just like how the law might say, you know, if you make a threat, then you're guilty of obstructing. But then when you get into court, the court thinks, well, what is a reasonable person going to think about this certain situation? Give a fuck about what the law says. You're in here right now. This is the situation. Would a reasonable person think that they were being threatened? That's how they're going to convict you of some shit like that. So, I mean, don't even get into the courtroom in the first place.
Right. Yep. Word. Well, that's it in a nutshell, man. I think that's perfect for a nice 1 hour dissection of a perfect fucking. It's important conversations to have, you know, because this all goes along with questioning authority. I say that quite often, and questioning authority comes with questioning ourselves and making sure we're analyzing every situation objectively, so that we're, you know, not just full of shit, not just having opinions, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to praise people or make videos if I'm not sure. And if I'm not sure, then why not go live and get a larger audience perspective on the situation? I will be going through and reading comments in the video. I usually don't go back through and watch the live chat. I try to scan it while we're live, but it's the comments after that I'll be, you know, getting my perspective from, I guess. So
yeah, and interacting with. Yeah, it's hard to do, man. That's one last thing before we go. We can clip this off in the other edited version, but people got to understand there's so many people in the live chat, especially on your channel, and the chat gets so filled up. It's hard to keep up with and keep a conversation going, you know. Anyways.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I appreciate you coming up and having this discussion with me about this. And we will leave it to the viewers to decide who was right and who was wrong, because I honestly don't know. I think both parties had, you know, can take a little bit of that pie themselves each. So
Agreed. That's my opinion as well.
Yeah, other than that, folks, you all have a good night, and we will live stream again soon.